So I am a living kidney donor, and in December 2019, I donated my kidney to a stranger. So the way that started was I came across a news article from a journalist that had donated his kidney, and he was the same age as me, and the way he described it made it seem so easy. So it clicked in my head that this is something I can do. And so I've always looked at it as not having some big epiphany moment. It's not really a sexy story, but it was just like, this is easy to do. I can do this, let's go do it. I was a journalist for about 5 years before I got into the donation and transplantation world. I never envisioned that I would leave journalism. And then, yes, after I donated my kidney, I think I started thinking of things differently, that perhaps I could get into nonprofit work. So when I started looking around for jobs that weren't in journalism, and then Life Center, our legacy company, came up, and that's when I knew it would be a perfect fit. So when I initially shared my story in the newspaper, because I was still at the newspaper at the time, I did get a few follow-up emails, phone calls, actual snail mail of people inquiring about donating their kidney because they were inspired by the story, which again is the reason why I share the story, because even if one person decides that's something they want to go forward with, that's one more person off the waiting list. So that's why I share the story. Having gone through that experience, I realized it was incumbent upon me to share my story, not as a look at me, look what I did kind of thing, but as a here's what humans can do for other humans, and this is something you could also do if you so choose. The only thing I know about my recipient is a few different things. One, that they're local, so that was nice. And two, that it was a more than perfect match. That's what the doctors told us. And so that I know the person is healthy, otherwise I don't know anything about them. And honestly, I prefer to keep it that way. I've always liked doing generous acts anonymously. I'd rather not really know who it is. So I would encourage anyone to register to be a donor, because that's your legacy. After you pass, you can give on a gift to somebody else that needs it more than you do in your death. So I would encourage anyone to be an organ, tissue, and eye donor. So as a communications associate under Network for Hope, I hope I can continue sharing stories that inspire people and encourage them to take action, to help other people that are waiting on the transplant list, and even just telling stories of recipients, because there's something beautiful about people that get a second chance at life.